Okay, take number 3. I know you guys aren't gonna be seeing any of the other ones, so there's no point in me telling you that there was other ones. Anyways, as you may have guessed from the title, this is going to be a heavy story discussion video on Xenoblade as a whole. I just wanted to get my thoughts out there because I am kind of losing my mind. I just finished Future Redeemed. Gosh, I know you're probably tired of this song if you played this game a lot. But holy shit. I wish I was better at, like, more structured videos and stuff. I'm not. I'm just gonna ramble. I apologize. I'm gonna just try and start, like, from the beginning, I guess? I don't know. I'm gonna try to keep this about an hour, maybe less than an hour. We'll see. We'll see when I run out of stuff to say, which will probably not be particularly soon. Also, I'm gonna just say this now. This is gonna be spoilers. I'm talking about the story of Xenoblade, all of them, post Future Redeemed, which is the most recent content. I will not be talking about Xenosaga or Xenogears much. So I guess no spoilers there, but for Xenoblade 1, 2, 3, and X, I will be talking about it. I have been a huge fan. My first Xenoblade game was Xenoblade X, so I know if you've watched Luxin or NL or whatever, and they've been talking about how not to stoke the X copium. I will try not to stoke the X copium, okay? But on that note, there's some classes I have that I am going to equip before doing this because I want to level up my arts. Actually, to be fair, I don't think you gain art EXP in the Land of Challenge. I'm gonna go with, for now, I don't care, because I'm just gonna be doing easy mode challenge stuff. Just in the background. So I'm not that worried about it. Anyways, yeah, holy cow. Anyways, yes, I started with Xenoblade X, so I didn't play Xenoblade 1 on the Wii. And in a way, I'm kind of glad I didn't, because it looked kind of crusty, and I feel like if I had tried playing it, you know what, that's not fair. When I was a kid, I liked really bad games. I probably would have loved Xenoblade 1. But at the same time, I'm glad I played the definitive edition. Also, Arcsage's Gauntlet, very cool. I'm not doing it, but it's very cool. I can't use chain attacks. Anyway. Yeah. X is fantastic. It's tied probably for my favorite Xenoblade game with Xenoblade 2. Xenoblade 2 is so good. I just like Xenoblade 2 a lot. Oh my god, they're level 80 and I'm level 70. Wait, I'm capped at 70. I'm not usually level 70. Oh no, is this gonna be really hard? I should have used classes that were good. You know what? Hopefully this works out. I'm not gonna pay attention that much. If I lose, I'll just grind some easier monsters. So, sorry for being so ADHD. You probably can hear, like, the music in the background and the sound of my controller and stuff. Hopefully through some audio magic, I can make this better. Also, focus Rex. He's insane. Anyway. Yeah. Holy cow. Okay. So, I guess mostly this is a Future Redeemed video, right? So I'm gonna be talking about a lot of Future Redeemed stuff. Alright, so, all of it was insane. In a way, it was like, after playing Xenoblade 2, I kind of expected all of Xenoblade 3 to kind of be like what Future Redeemed was. I mean, okay, I say that, It's not like I actually had any expectations that like the two worlds would recombine or anything. Which I guess is a spoiler, but I said at the beginning, spoiler warning. So I gave you your opportunity. Anyways, yes, so the worlds recombine at the end, Future Redeemed. They interlink, so to speak, like this. There you go. But yeah, it's, insane. Yes, anyway, I love, this game. I love this series. Sorry, I'm canceling poorly because I'm not fully paying attention. But like, I already said I wasn't gonna be. So like, I feel like I shouldn't feel bad. I do anyway, because I'm an idiot. You know, double spinning edge does 1,000,000 damage. Wait a second, I'm not using double spinning edge. Why? You know what? Whatever. It doesn't matter. I know how that mechanic works. It's just I feel like I should have still been able to. Oh wait, no, I used it twice already. Oh, never mind. The game's really good. Yeah. So the radio, huh? Everyone's been memeing the radio. It's now radio. Xenoblade Chronicles. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's obvious, like, the Xenogears references are obvious. Like, I don't need to talk about them. I feel like the language they used to specifically talk about X is interesting, even though in Xenoblade 2, we see, like, Siren fighting in the sky against the Saviorite rebels, and there, are no aliens. So, I'm not gonna be the guy who's gonna be like, oh, but there's gotta be aliens. Like, there's gotta be aliens. Like, it only makes sense. Of course there's aliens. Because they're talking about Xenoblade X. Like, no, I mean, I wish, like, I want a new Xenoblade X game more than anyone else, okay? But to say that they're going to release, like, that they're trying to canonize it in that way is a stretch. I would be totally down for them to retcon a bunch of stuff and make it canon, because I love X, and I think it'd be cool to mix the universes together, even if it doesn't really make sense. I mean, aside from like Napons, I guess. Also, anyone else one-shot like Zed with double spinning edge, or just me? Oh, sorry, mega spinning edge. Like, why does this thing do so much damage? What the hell? Do I not even have a unit that can topple? Anyway, yeah, I did it on easy mode. I expected to win. I did. Defeat Ouroboros, huh? Wait, did it say use a chain attack? But it literally said I'm not allowed to use a chain attack. Oh, never mind. Wow, they joined the party. Yeah, I just wanted to do this, 'cause I didn't yet. Oh my god, is that Shulk and Rex? Yeah, I really want them to return in the future. Like, okay, I don't have to play as Shulk or Rex, but it would be cool if even, like, I feel like I didn't quite get closure, you know? Because the end of Xenoblade 1 and 2 end with them, like, oh, like all the Titans coming together and creating a new land where they can, like, live and be, you know, relatively happy, I guess.
All right. That was great.
Oh, I did it. I got Shulk and Rex. Oh. It would be nice, right? Like, we get the picture at the end of this game where we see Rex and Nia and, Pyra and Mithra, and they all have kids, and they're all, like, happy and stuff, which is nice. But it's like, if the worlds are recombining, like, I feel like we don't get closure on Noah and Mio coming together again, and some people are saying, like, oh, there was the flute, you know, there was the flute that was played at the end, and that was, Noah hearing Mio, and they came together again, finally, and it's like, maybe, like, that could be true. But also, what if it isn't true? Oh my gosh. What? What am I missing? Was that it? Was that what I was missing? Okay. Also, something that I didn't do in this entire game was do Lanz's hero quest, which okay, seriously? Yo, I hate stupid tip screen because it just infinitely has a little dot next to it on the systems menu. Anyway, whatever. Everyone probably agrees with me. Ignoring that. No one can learn Rex's class. He's cool. He doesn't need to be here. I'm switching it back to Melia. Oh right, if the worlds are recombining into Earth, right? The End of Future Redeemed seemed to heavily imply, at least, that the two worlds recombined are just Earth, as we know it now. How is that gonna work? Like, is there gonna be blades? Are there gonna be core crystals? Is there gonna be, like, a thing there? Like, I legit have no idea, and I'm so confused. It's like, what are we expecting from, like, the series going forward, you know? Like, a lot of people are thinking, oh, it's gonna be a continuation of Xenosaga. I'm pretty sure I'm right about that. Like I said, I haven't played Xenosaga or Xenogears. I'm pretty sure Xenosaga's the one with Cosmos in it. And at the end, they're like, oh, that's Cosmos returning to Earth, which is Jerusalem for, like, yeah, it's like first Jerusalem is Earth. And that's where Cosmos goes at the end of Xenosaga, which is great, I guess. But she's gonna land here. Is she gonna, like, meet the characters from Xenoblade?
Let's make the most of our break, guys.
Even though I feel like it's not non-canon that she was a blade in Xenoblade 2, because if she was non-canon, how many blades were non-canon in Xenoblade 2? And I don't know, like, a lot of that, like, maybe Rex will know her, maybe it'll just be like, oh, that particular blade was non-canon because it was just a cameo. It's just like, yeah, I don't know. And it's like, okay, what are we looking for then? Did all my gems auto upgrade? Am I losing my mind? Well, whatever. I just need an Urchin egg for that, so I'm just gonna go find some Urchins. But it's like, what's it gonna be? Like, are Noah and Neo gonna be old? And they're gonna be like, oh, hi Cosmos, like, glad you made it. Like, I don't know, I feel like I want to see it happen. Like, it just, like, so much of it just feels like so unfulfilled to me. Like, my next playthrough here is probably gonna be Xenoblade X. Sorry about the lighting, by the way. I'm like in front of my window, but whatever. It's just, I really like the story of X. It's really good. It would be cool if it was canon. I don't think it is. Let's see, what else? What else am I complaining about right now? I think there's Urchins over here. It's like, like, is it then gonna just further the story of Xenosaga? Is the next game gonna be like the Xenosaga characters coming to Earth and meeting the Xenoblade characters? And if that's the case, like, don't Monolith Soft, like, not have the rights to all of that right now? Like, I'm pretty sure that was the case, at least.
Is that what I think it is?
So it's like,
Don't try to stop us.
I don't know. Like, I'm guessing Cosmos will be in it? Like, I don't know, maybe that's wrong to assume. Maybe the thing at the end wasn't Cosmos? Like, some people are saying, oh, it's Elma, but it kinda doesn't make any sense. There'd be like a war, and then the world would be destroyed, and then Elma would come to Earth just to be like, oh, well... Oh, Lands is still the class that beats these, right? Yeah, let's fight it.
I'll lure them in.
What? No, don't ditch me. Come back here, you stupid bug. Threw a rock at you. Come back. Alright. There's different, like, elite music when you have Melia or Nia with you, which is really cool. If you haven't heard it before, now you have. So much going on, and it's just like, would I be happy with that? Like, ideally, right? Like, everyone's saying, oh man, the next thing that's happening is clearly gonna be... Oh, I'm dead. Thanks for holding aggro, guys, I appreciate it. Yeah, everyone seems so sure, like, the next thing that's coming is, like a Xenosaga, like, HD re-release. And I don't know how much of that I, like, believe. Maybe that'll be the case. I would really love a sequel to X. Like, that game is so good. I enjoy it so much. And I wish it had, like, more. But it's... Like, man, I don't know. Like, I guess... Like, if they release Xenosaga again, I'll play it, and maybe I'll really like it. And then I'll be, like, more on board for the future of Xenoblade being that. But I just feel like there's a lot of, like, stuff in Xenoblade that I wish happened. Like, Fiora, right? There was that whole implication that, like, Fiora would probably not live very long because of her, like, body modifications and stuff. But, I mean, Nicole at least is considered to be, like, Shulk and Fiora's son, right? And also, I think we're pretty certain that Shulk and Melia never happened. Which, you know, is fine for the way that the story happened. I was just surprised that Rex and 3 people happened. I think many people are surprised by that. It's cool, and I'm for it. But, you know, doesn't make me not surprised by it, you know? Yeah, I don't know, there's just like a certain, like, level of... Like, I wish Xenoblade 3 was a different game than it was. I like this game a lot, by the way, which is why I'm using it in the background instead of 1 or 2. But also because I'm kind of talking about Future Redeemed, and it would make the most sense for me to have this in the background. Anyway, Also, forgive me if I'm, like, not the best chain attacker ever. I think I'm pretty good at it, but, I mean, I'm sure there's some things I could be doing that are better. The next, like, Xenoblade game, I hope is X, because I feel like the Xenoblade, like, 1, 2, and 3 story is over, and I don't care really that much about, like, Xenosaga. And I know, like, they used Xenoblade X, like, terminology, and maybe they'll retcon a bunch of stuff to make it work. Maybe. They'll have to, though, because as it is, it doesn't work. I believe in Monolith Soft, right? Whatever their next game is gonna be, more likely than not, is gonna be good. You know, it's just... I wish... like, I had any idea of, like, what that was gonna look like. Because I don't really. Also, come on, Tyon, you couldn't have gotten a little more points. Anyway, yeah, it's just... I don't know. There's no reason for me to do that right now. We just release elementals. Alright, cool. Easy enough. But yeah, it's just... like, I don't know. Like, I kind of, like, don't want it to be over. Like, there's a certain level of, like, I feel like there's so much more to do still. And it's kind of a shame. Because, I don't know. I feel like there was more that could be done. Like, in Future Redeemed, by the way, I'm assuming this is because of dev time or something, but everyone saw More Ardain there, right? Like, it was just chillin'. More Ardain was just there. It is not in the base game of this game. So, like, it has to be... They just added the model in to Future Redeemed just so you could not go there? Like, what's up with that? That's not cool. And, like, man. Is, let me start with Tyon. He's not gonna hit 100. Okay, anyway, yeah, it's just, like, come on, man. I want there to be more Xenoblade. Like, I love Xenoblade 2 so much, and I really like the, like, blade system and things that wasn't really in this game, but now with added context, it's, like, really interesting, right? Because there's blades in this game, but they're not people, which is kind of interesting. They're just the weapons, which is why it's like, what's up with Ino and who's her master pawn? Like, who made Ino? Was it Tora? Was it Riku? Riku didn't take responsibility for her, so I doubt it was Riku. Like, I don't freaking know. Also, pretty much everyone has considered that Riku is Riki's son, or at least one of his many sons. And I'm on board with that theory, but there is a certain level of, like, how do you know? Maybe it's said at some point, especially because it's fairly heavily implied that, like, Melia is Riku's master pawn. But also it's like, why does Riku live forever? I don't know. Why isn't Riki alive if Riku lives forever? Did all the other Nopon die? Poppy's still alive. So does that mean Tora's still alive? I mean, Poppy can exist independently from Tora. But it's like, is that a thing? Like, it can always happen? Like, is Tora just in origin? Hello, I am back. It was not that important, as it turns out. Anyway, what did we get? Frontward AoE ether attack. It seems to be not that good. Okay, let's see if it automatically equips it though. It does. Alright, cool. I guess it's a healer art. Also, yes, I know how to actually equip people with things in this game. I just haven't, because I haven't needed to, and auto-equipping is nice. But, you know, obviously, once I hit 99, I'm gonna try to do optimal movesets and stuff. But, you know, right now I'm just trying to level classes. Speaking of which, I'm gonna swap Lance back to his hot girl class. I'll just like fight some bugs or whatever. But yeah, so I guess the implication is that all the life that existed on like Bionis and all rest, like, exist within Origin as like some kind of data or something that can be rebuilt, like when the worlds get destroyed. But Mobius was stopping the worlds from being destroyed. So there was like a certain level of like, cause they just wanted it to be now forever, right? They just wanted Ionios to exist. But Ionios wasn't meant to exist, so it was destroyed. Also, there was like some weird implication. Please correct me if you're watching this video and you're unsure about it. There was a weird implication at some point where it was like when Alvis was trying to save the city people, he was like, this is new life that didn't exist within Origin. These are people that were born that like shouldn't have been. So you're special. You're better than everyone else.
We could hardly pass
But
this one up.
like the implication was that when he took all of the city people away and created Earth again, all of Ionios would be destroyed and all the people on it would be killed, which would include all of the Kavesi and Agnian people, which is all the people from Bionis and Allrest, respectively. And I guess also from Mechonis. I don't know if there's a word like for Shulk's world otherwise, but because like we know that the Mechonis eventually like became a part of the society, because otherwise why would Lands be here, right? Like, you know? So there's a level of that for sure, but it's like, why do a lot of things, to be fair? Like, I love the storytelling in these games so much, but also, like, on a certain level, it just makes me so mad. I feel like there's so many things that are just not properly explained. At least in my opinion, they're not. I was gonna say, is this like the only ranged attack class? And I realized there was a gun class and a bow class. Shut me up real quick. Also, give me an egg, please. Or don't. Maybe these Urchons don't give eggs. I'll go look for some red ones or something. Anyway, I'm not really out here trying to do anything, right? I was just trying to get some gem supplies and stuff, but if I see anything while I'm out here, I'll do it. So might as well. Anyway, yeah, the implication was essentially that they would be, like, tossed, right?
Don't try to stop us. All right, get it over with.
And
I'm the one you want. You're a lifesaver.
well, it wasn't really an implication, right? Alvis wanted to kill everyone else. But then that begs a question. I'm pretty certain, at least, no one's really talked about this, and maybe I misunderstood. But it seems pretty, like, clear to me, at least, that when Origin recreates the world, it recreates the world with the data within Origin. So all the people from, like, Allrest and Bionis, those people will all, like, still be around, but the city people are not in Origin at all. So did they just die? Like, does like Gondor just not get recreated when the worlds come back together? Because she wasn't a part of Origin, and at the very least it didn't seem implied that if you weren't a part of Origin you'd still be okay. I don't remember that ever coming up. But, you know, I was watching a video of Luxin talking about how, just let me chain attack you, you're too far away. Talking about how it was like, oh, maybe you'll play as like a Gondor in the next Xenoblade game, because it's gonna happen when the worlds are combined, and she could still be there, and it could be any time after the events of this game, or they could have been remade by Origin at any time, at really any age. They could be kids again, resettling the Earth, like, in theory, like, all of this stuff could happen. But it's like, I don't think the city people would live, right? They're just gone. Also, what's up with Riku? Why does he live forever? Like, I understand kind of why he has the Lucky 7. It was given to him by Malia, and the Lucky 7 is just made out of shards of Origin. Like, it's not the Monado. However, the glove that he wraps around the sword is kind of the Monado. Sort of. Sorry, I know I'm not chain attacking. I'm just, like, losing my mind. Because it was, like, pretty much confirmed that the gauntlet that he uses is Mithra. Well, or Pyra, I guess, depending on... I could just say Aegis. They're Aegis, there you go. But... it's very, very interesting. And it's like, so technically you had the Aegis with you the whole time, and no, like the entire game I was like, what the hell's up with N's Sword of the End? Why does he have one? Like, I don't understand. Why is there two Swords of the End? Like, this doesn't make any sense to me. And then, like, with the context from Future Redeemed, I was just like, oh, now it makes sense. Because it's like, uh-oh. Uh-oh, I didn't get no Armio. Whatever, it's fine. Essentially, it's, Malos, right? Who, I guess, we're on good terms with now. I suppose. I think there might have been, like, a Malos character arc that happened, like, off-screen between Rex and him. Because, like, Rex is like, oh yeah, like, I accept Malos now, you know, like, if he was here, this would be great. You know, like, stuff like that during Future Redeemed. I'm just like, what are you talking about? He was, like, mega evil the whole time, and right before he died, I was like, you would have done the same thing! And then Rex is like, nah. And that's pretty much it. And he was insane in Torna, and he just, like, murdered people for fun. So, even if he was, like, sort of redeemable in Xenoblade 2, he certainly wasn't in Torna. So, I don't know. I don't really understand the, like, oh yeah, he was like, if he was here, things would be fine or something. It's just like, what are you talking about, Rex? He was insane and evil. But, like, also, I know I could just end the chain attack. I probably will. It's, like, there's so much to talk about. Like, there's, but anyway, Malos was the sword of the end, and I guess the red gauntlet is the fists of the end, I guess, which is Mithra and Malos. So they team up, and through the power of both Mithra and Malos, I was gonna say their like core names, but I forgot, so I'm not going to. Hell yeah. Yeah. So essentially Mithra's with you the whole game. And the cool thing about that is that Mithra's like main thing is to be the Master Blade, right? And the Master Blade lets you use all blades. So in Xenoblade 3, as you become Ouroboros, which apparently Ouroboros is like Mithra's power. Or at least it's implied that Ouroboros is Mithra's power. Like, I can't say that's for certain, but the Ouroboros power lets you use any blade, so you can use the blades of all your friends. Monana's kind of doesn't make sense, because even though Riku has a blade, Monana's blade is not a blade, it is a pot lid, and it does not function as a blade. She just uses it to fight, and then everyone can use it, but whatever, it's fine, whatever. Like, some things are just video game things, and I can accept that. Like, I'm not so devoid of fun. Oh, did someone master a class or something while I wasn't looking? Oh no, it's the accessories tab. Like always, it's the accessories tab. Yeah, there's some neat stuff. There is one of these here. And you know what that means. Lands, get your pants on, buddy.
I can do that.
What's the exit for combat button? There we go.
Don't lose focus.
Yeah. Me.
Yeah, so that's really interesting. So the reason, although there's like the implication where it's like Noah throws the sword into the water, so like, is he throwing like Mithra into the water? Like, I don't know. And also like, is there a thing to where like, oh sorry, I can't see it here because this isn't Future Redeemed. Origin, right, was powered by Alvis, who it has the red, like, crystal in the Trinity processor, which was originally not the case, but, you know, they made it the case in the definitive edition. It was pretty heavily implied, and it was confirmed in Future Redeemed that he was the third, Trinity processor. But, like, is he, like, he was used to power it, right? But that implies that, like, Mithra and Malos were not used to power Origin, but they were in the world through the Sword of the End and the Fists of the End, respectively. But, like, why? Like, why weren't they used in Origin? And if they were in the world and they were not used for Origin, why was Mithra not here? Like, is it the same reason that blades aren't people in this world? Is Mithra, like, essentially dead here? Like, she's just a sword? And if she is just a sword, Rex had it in Future Redeemed, but so did, so did the main character, whose name I'm forgetting right now because I am fighting a guy and I'm really bad at remembering things. Matt? Matt is his name. Yeah, Matthew. And he's cool, by the way. I like Matthew. I'm a fan. But it's like, what's going on with that? I don't know. Wait, what art did I learn? I did not see. Oh, it was a skill. Positional attacker. Increase the number of positional arts that can be set to the arts palette. Wait, there's a limit to that? Okay, you know what? Ignore what I just said. Pretend I'm more competent than I am. Sorry, I haven't gotten really, really big into the mechanics of Xenoblade 3 yet. I'm like much more knowledgeable about the other 3 games, but that's just because I have beaten this game somewhat recently, and I wanted to do so unspoiled. And a lot of that requires not looking up guides and stuff for how to optimize things and how the combat system works. Like, anyway, I'm gonna stop trying to justify it. Anyway. Yeah, so if they're in the world the whole time, why weren't they used in Origin? Is there a reason? Like, did they want them to be weapons in the new world so that they could be, like, a tool to fight Origin? But then why would they feel like they needed to fight Origin? Because Origin wasn't supposed to be stopped by Mobius in the first place. So was it just that it just so happens that in Ionios,
that must be the supply drop.
like, it just so happens that in Ionios,
I'll need a hand here.
all blades are just weapons? So they just didn't use Mithra in Malos? Just cuz? I guess the Shulk side put a bit more weight into the making of Origin, so like I don't know. I don't know. And I'm interested to know, but I have no idea. Like, there's so many like questions that I have about the plot that I just don't fully understand. And I feel like if I wanted to like watch tons of like huge deep dives, I could, and I would really enjoy it. And you know, to be fair, to some extent, this is a deep dive, right? Like, I'm kind of getting into the nitty-gritty of it. Like, there's a lot about, like, Xenoblade storytelling that I love. But there's a lot of it that's just, like, because the idea is that with every game, they make it essentially beginner-friendly from, like, zero. Aside from, you know, Torna needing you to play Xenoblade 2 and Future Redeemed needing you to have played, all the other ones except for X. Although, to be fair, you still get more out of it if you played X, even though I don't think it's... Even though probably it isn't going to be canon. I'm not gonna say it isn't, because the way that they did Alvis, made him a part of the Trinity processor, the way that they made Earth a part of the Xenosaga series, it's possible they could make it work. As it is now, though, it is too many inconsistencies to be reasonable. But it's like, man, I'm just so interested. Like, what's gonna happen? And the worst thing is I'm afraid that I know what's gonna happen, right? They're gonna make another Xenoblade game. It's gonna be like Xenoblade 3. And once again, I love Xenoblade 3. I actually fell off of it for a while when I got up to the fight against the counselor with Miyabi, right? I played this game up to that point all in hard mode, but I didn't want to like min-max. So every fight was just impossibly long, impossibly grindy. I needed to get so many things like for it to work. And I was like, I'm done. Like, I'm done. Like, I don't want to lose an hour-long fight 3 times in a row. And I swapped to normal, and I wound up really enjoying the game after that, and it was really fun, and I had a great time. And I'll probably do a New Game Plus playthrough on hard, because it's a lot more fun to do it that way, I think. But it's like... It's probably... The next Xenoblade game is probably going to be like this, right? I want it to be like, oh, it's Cosmos meeting Rex and Shulk and their families, and they're happy, and they have like a thing going on, and they go on a cool adventure, and it's like, wow, that's cool. Like, that would be cool. I would enjoy that. But I don't want to gaslight myself into believing that that's going to be the case. Because, like, there's no way. Oh my god. I'm an idiot. Just put me back in the ship. Put me back in the ship. I'm sorry for my mistakes. Okay. Yeah. Oh, go up to this guy.
This will be a challenge. Don't lose focus.
I know. Gotta pull my weight too. Summon element.
I'm the one you want.
Please take aggro. Thank you. Thank you, gamers. Also, I know I'm not using backbind properly. I'm not thinking about it right now, okay? Look, if I die, I die. But it's like... that's what I wanted for Xenoblade 3, right? I was like, oh shit, what are they gonna do for Xenoblade 3? And then I saw Nia, I saw Melia, they were fighting. I was like, why are Nia and Melia fighting? Like, what's going on? I'm like, oh, the 2 worlds must have recombined or something. Like, they talked about how in Xenoblade 2 it was split into 2, so it must be something like that. But it wasn't really like that. I mean, it kind of was. But, like, Nia and Melia weren't fighting. They were fake. Like, I'm not gonna say that was a cop-out or anything, because I really enjoyed the story ultimately. But it was like, you know what I mean. You know what I mean? Like, Xenoblade 4 is not gonna be the game that we want. It's gonna be just a new game that has little to no continuity, probably with DLC to do some string tying up that will more likely than not relate more to Xenosaga than Xenoblade. And the game will probably be great. The gameplay will probably be great. But it will almost certainly never be the game that I, or probably most people, want it to be. Which is kind of a shame. But it's like, I don't know, man. Like, the reason I really want a new Xenoblade X game next is because, like, they left so many, like, sequel bait things in that game at the end that if they made a new Xenoblade X game, they would have to do something in regards to Xenoblade X, right? They wouldn't be allowed to ignore the story. And I love Xenoblade X, and I love the skull mechanics as well. So, and I also love aliens, okay? Sorry, I gotta say it. But it's just... Man, just... The game was so good. I missed the art cancel. I'm shit at the game. Someone break this guy that isn't me so I can chain attack. Wait, Melia, you're not supposed to die. That's against the rules. Anyway, yeah, it's like... I don't know. Is there any, like, big story stuff I want to talk about? Not really. It is nice that they kind of ignored some of the other Xenoblade lore for this game. In a way. Because in Xenoblade 1, there was only a few Mechonuses left. They were on an island. They were fairly long-lived, but as far as we could tell, they weren't going anywhere, right? Like, their species was essentially doomed to extinction. Like, they were not gonna procreate and create a flourishing new Mechonis species. That wasn't gonna happen. Because there just wasn't enough of them. And I believe they talked about how it was very difficult for them to have children. Not that some of them didn't have it anyway, but I'm pretty sure that's a thing that was in the game. Wait, I would have gotten a Bravo. Wait, what am I doing? I would have literally just gotten one more thing. Yeah. So, I'm glad the implication is that there was a time in which the Mechons flourished. I don't know how they did it though, right? Because if we're thinking about origin from something that copied the life data and then and all of the soldiers for Keves and Agnes are essentially people that were alive in the two worlds beforehand. There was way more Mechonis people when Shulk had to have been 20 years older, right? Shulk and Rex are probably 20 years older than at the end of their games. How did they get it on so quickly and so effectively? Like, I don't understand what they were up to, but, like, good for them. Honestly, I don't think I mind if Noah finishes here, so... Alright, he doesn't. That's fine. Oh, no, he does. Okay. But it's like, yeah, crazy. I'm glad it's the case. Also, I'm glad it's the case that somehow Melia managed to get enough of her people that weren't killed or turned into Telefria to recreate their people. Because we've got, like, Uni and Lance, which, good. Tyon's just a human, though, which I feel like is kind of a weird miss that there are Orions in the game. None of your party members are Orions, though. Tyon might as well have been, because Mio's a Gormati. Senna's like a blade. Well, like descended from a blade, but she's not a blade, but that doesn't really make sense because they have core crystals and they have blades, and I don't really know how that works. They didn't explain it, and I'm just mad. I have a great idea. Yeah. So it would be neat if there was stuff that made some sense. Just like, is Senna Brigid's daughter? Could be. Like, they could have been resurrected a million times. It's possible. Although, to be fair, Nia probably would have said something if it was the case. Also, Shulk and Rex made Glimmer and what was his name? Glimmer and Nicole, right? They made them live full lives, right? But how come, like, afterwards, like, they didn't resurrect in this game? Like, you never see them? Is it because they live full lives, they just died like a city person does, and they were dead forever? And if that's so, why would Shulk and Rex want that? Or is the implication that they did resurrect eventually as Kevis and Agnes soldiers, but it's just that we never see them in this game because they're in, like, they go to a different high school that we don't know about or something. Maybe that's the case, but it's just like, are they kids again? Are they babies when they go back to the normal world? Are they as old as, like, a 10th termer in this world? Like, will any of these questions ever be answered in any Xenoblade game? I don't know. And the thing is I could talk about this forever. I could just keep going. And I know some of you might be thinking, then do it. Like, we're here for it. We love the lore rants. And I love the lore rants too. But it's like, what's going on in this series, man? I love this series so much. It's definitely like my favorite one. Like, Dark Souls, and I guess to a lesser extent, like Bloodborne, Elden Ring, that whole shebang might be my favorite series, maybe. But if it is, this is like second for sure. And like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, what's going on here? Like, can Uni's race like not fly with their ears anymore because they're small now? But I guess the trade-off is they can't turn into Telephrya now. But also, like, their race is that if they breed with a human, they don't turn into a Telephrya. So it's like, if like like, will eventually they just all be Homs? Will the Gormati keep having ears? I guess if they just only sleep with Gormati, they'll have ears. Or is it like a dominant trait, right? In the next game, are there going to be angel people and cat people? And if they have a kid, did they have ears and wings? Do they have one or the other? Are they guaranteed to have one or the other? Can they have neither? Like,
It means there were no holes in my strategy.
Also, I'm just gonna say, for no particular reason, the Taion is Ardanian. Oh yeah, I almost forgot to continue complaining about the fact that you can see more Ardane in Future Redeemed. It's literally sitting there. They put the whole last zone. You can't go in. What's up with that? What's going on? Like, come on, Monolith Soft, what are you doing to me? Like, it made Rex so cool in Future Redeemed though. He's so cool. Like, he dual wields like great swords. He's really strong. I think most people did this in Future Redeemed, but I think it just goes to how good he is, that you didn't even have to look up a guide or know what other people were doing. And everyone still maxed out Rex, like, instantly when they played that game. Oh, they made him so cool and so strong, and obviously I instantly maxed him out before anyone else. He got every piece of equipment I had. He was insane. I like two-shot Alvis with him. It was kind of weird seeing some people struggle with that boss fight though, like after two-shotting him. Maybe they just didn't wail Rex as much as I did, because Alvis has that one attack, right, where he holds the sword out, and if you don't do enough damage, then he kills you. Apparently also you can use A's spirit visions to make it fail.
Okay, so we're handing over.
I'm kinda not wanting to give them everything, 'cause I might need them, but whatever. You'll give Seeker the good news? Okay. Sure, let's just do a side quest. I didn't do them all. I did a lot of them, but...
Let's go someplace else.
Speak with Seeker. Great. Where is that? I don't know. I think this discussion's been really long, and I could keep going maybe forever. Like in the next game, are blades gonna be a thing? Will Pyra and Mithra be swords? Will Nia be a sword? Will they just have a sword? Could they summon a sword? Like, I mean, I guess technically they do summon a sword and then you use it, but it's like, what's going on with the whole thing there? Like, Did Mithra just get thrown into the ocean? Like, the world's coming back? Are they even gonna exist anymore? Like, will all of this stuff even exist? Like, it's still a sci-fi world, and to be fair, all the magic in this game works on a sci-fi basis, except for maybe Ether's a little wonky and kind of a magic system. So it's like, are they gonna... Like, what are they gonna do? I don't know. Anyway, thanks for listening to my rambling. If you have anything to add, I'm gonna be crazy in the comment section in this one, if there is even any comments. If there's not, that's fine. Anyway, thanks for joining me. See ya.